I'm looking like, brother. Listen, it's techie, bro. There's you hear so much evidence that comes out, and you think to yourself, why would you even do that, brother? Like, I get it, you've had couple to drink and blah blah blah, but in one of the cases, high profile guy, the girl said, "Let's go to the car and kiss," or he said, "Let's go to the car and kiss."
Michael Ward case, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If you're gonna kiss a girl, just kiss a girl, bro. Why are you gonna go and do it in the car?
Well, because he was going to do something after, innit? Which she seemed potentially.
I said, let's go to the car and kiss. I just say, listen, let's go and fuck in the car.
Yeah, but we know.
But you're seasoned though. So
I was going to say, you know that for certain people of certain levels, you could get away with that. For certain people, that's maybe not of that certain level, or maybe not in that way. I don't know.
That he should be of.
It's the outer sight thing, though, bro.
Of that.
Do you get what I'm saying? You're now out of sight, out of everybody's sight. Yeah. So you ain't got no witnesses,
no alibi, no witness.
So as soon as she says what she wants to say, it's a joke.
That's gospel now, isn't it? Yeah.
You get me?
All right, I'll do this. Yeah, I'll say the list of people that, like, as of today, as of recording, who's now on the investigation in quotation marks, and then I'll play something as well as a response, which I think is very important for people to listen to, and I'll clip this as well. So first of all, the list of people that's currently on the investigation, off the top of my head, in the UK entertainment scene: Rashid from Link Up TV is now on the table.
Yes.
LV General, Michael Ward, Big Zoo, who? Young Philly. That's it's almost over, buddy. Yeah, it's almost over, buddy. That's currently a five-a-side team.
I ain't really heard too much into
of what.
I can just see he's there and he's been tried for this year.
He's I think his trial is actually starting this month properly. So we'll know more about that. But that, off the top of my head, there's currently a five-a-side team of men from the UK scene that's currently in investigation for different various stuff. Some is R charges, some is just you sat on my lap, kissed you on the neck. Some is I don't even know, bro. It's kind of confusing.
Do you know what?
Do you want to say your point? And then
no, I was gonna say I think it's important for us to get George's
expert opinion,
female perspective on stuff like this. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's just pure male talking.
I agree.
Looking from the male perspective. So.
George, if you could quickly jump in, yeah? I'm gonna play Trina as well, because as I said to George in the car, that I think she kind of summarised a lot of the advice I'd give, but we'll get George as a former sex expert in all of the ways of the words. Wow, sorry, I can't. Yeah, no, I can do that now because I'm about to be married. But yeah, let me play this clip from Trina, and then you can kind of piggyback off that. Is that cool?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So let me start with, I'm not a social commentator, and I generally don't speak on social topics, but I felt so compelled to say something. So I want to start with, consent is not to be assumed. We are no longer in a space where, not all of us, because some adults, us grown people, we can still assume consent, but generally I think the rule of thumb needs to be that consent cannot be assumed. Gone are the days where you meet him, he meets you, he leans in, you lean in, and now we're kissing and we're liking it, and one thing leads to another.
Done now.
No, one thing ain't leading to another. We need to make sure, are you cool with this? Are you down with this? Because you know what, if you make one wrong decision, everybody's lives involved in that circumstances is ruined. We can't walk it back. I think about the fact that I have a son that now needs to navigate this complex man and woman situation. And I'm praying that I'm raising a young man that has integrity, wisdom, respect, and understands that no is no. And at any point in any type of intimacy, if someone changes their mind, that's okay. And likewise, I'm hoping I'm raising a daughter that is not leading people on or retrospectively changing her mind. This is not to blame women or to protect men. This is to say that I don't think we have a culture where we feel comfortable to have a conversation about consent.
Right, I'm going to stop the clip right there. I'm going to let Georgia cook as the female on the panel.
Right there, man.
And yeah, let us know your thoughts, babe, on what she said. And just
I like what she said. I think I think we need to take education seriously. Sexual education, RSC, relationship and sex education. I mean, what was you guys' RXC experience like in school? Were you guys...
I'm trying to think. I don't think we got taught like
hardly
that
anything.
Don't know what you're on about.
And it's these men... And it's
Talk about
these
what?
men
Sexual
now,
assault?
or just...
They just said wear condoms and all that.
You good to go, buddy?
And guess what? It's the men of that generation that are committing those crimes.
Actually, you're kind of on something a little bit there.
Like, the education is key. I'm someone that for 2 years, that's what I did. And I worked within the probation service, and I'd talk to young males mostly around sex and consent. And I think there needs to be a bigger push, because it feels almost like a pandemic of it at the moment. And there needs to be a bigger push on education. I think a lot of the time, people hear the word consent and they have a rough understanding of what it means, but not really, because someone, just to round it up, if someone's drunk, they cannot consent at all. If they're drunk, ever.
What if they're both drunk?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They
The
cannot have
responsibility
sex.
always falls on...
Well, it doesn't, just because a woman can sexually assault a man.
Yeah.
So it on both sides.
I think legally they can't get it.
No, but that's what I said. A woman
I
can
said legally.
sexually assault a man.
They can't do it anyway.
Technically, legally,
Guys, hold on.
a man cannot rape a woman legally.
Right.
However, a woman can sexually assault a man.
But we do know that's extremely rare, that's a thing, innit?
Yeah, but it's still a thing. That
would say it
doesn't
still
mean
happens.
it still happens. It doesn't mean that it's any less of a serious situation because it's rare
Or because it's different
or
sex.
because it's a different sex. It happens. So if a person is drunk, they cannot consent. So therefore, you're sexually assaulting them or you're raping them.
I'm only asking this because I know other people would be thinking this. Are you then saying that we should not drink and then have sex?
You can drink and get tipsy and have sex as long as you've got an understanding of what's going on around you. If you are drunk, like you're off your head, why's your face like that?
No,
Basically,
because I looked at Mally and I think he was thinking the same thing, which is this is getting too grey
It is, but
you say basically don't get drunk with somebody new.
that you don't know.
the issue is
Get drunk with an old link, you get me? You know
if
what
you've
time
had
it
a
is.
few drinks. Okay, so everyone,
You know what time it is, you get me? Cause
Let it cook.
everyone's had a few drinks here today. Is anyone drunk? No. Right.
I'm drunk.
So
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Tonight
So-
he's gonna get. Sorry.
how you're feeling now, you might be a bit tipsy. As long as you can have an understanding of what's going on around you and you can consent and remember, then cool. However, if you are so drunk that you can't remember what's happening or you're just mad drunk, you cannot consent. Legally, that consent isn't there.
I'm so sorry. That whole thing of
I'm
being
so sorry.
being so drunk that you can't remember anything, that's a lie. That's a lie.
It's not a lie though.
Every time I've been drunk, I've been.
There's been drunk enough.
That's
no,
you.
no. There's been times where I've been so.
Have you never been
drunk.
blackout drunk
That's-
before?
Bro, I don't.
That's mad. Have you been blackout drunk?
I've been blackout drunk a couple times. Yeah.
But even
This is why I know you.
though you blacked out, you still remember.
Proper.
Did you remember what
I
was
said to God, yeah.
That, brother.
When I was 21, up until about 11 o'clock, I remembered. After that, from 11 to like PM. From about 11 to like 7, don't remember nothing.
Man morphed into a
But
whole
I can
different
see-
man.
I've seen obviously Mandem videos of Mandem having a calm time and that, and I'm awake, like I'm doing shit, but I don't.
you don't remember being
none
there?
of it. None of it.
That's
And the thing is, before that, I used to think the
are
same
nuts.
thing as you. That being blackout drunk isn't a thing.
I had
It's
this-
like, bro, that's legit, bro.
Not to cut you, I had a
No,
scenario.
I'm not saying that you can't be blackout drunk, but I'm saying I still believe that you remember. What
You know what I've realised?
Go on.
See,
Imagine
you
that-
non-smokers, you lot drink a lot, you know.
Well, it's pick your poison. Innit?
That's the thing. Though.
Ultimately.
Imagine that. Say, for example, that day something happened to me. I wouldn't have remembered.
Well,
I'd have literally no recollection of it.
two things.
None.
And I guess to be safe, if you are drinking, avoid have sex in it. If you're really concerned about it.
Babe, and the only reason why I'm saying this is because I'm taking your real
You man are
facts
mad.
of and advice.
No, I'm saying if you can't comprehend the difference between tipsy and drunk, paralytic drunk, then maybe you shouldn't be having sex.
Now
when you're drinking at
Here-
all or on drugs.
I'm with you, but what I'm doing is I'm taking your facts and good advice and I'm putting it into the reality context of people link up, they get a bottle of Henny, some people get packs
Oh, actually,
allowed,
that's what kind of-
and they get in
Yeah.
and they're making their movie, and in reality terms, that's the sensible stuff. But in reality terms, most people are not gonna do that. They're drinking to get waved enough to pipe each other. That's the reality.
I don't think that's always the reality. Anyway, I also done listing
Kept saying,
things
bro.
that you can't consent to, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
There go.
So say like, I go out.
Are you asking me? I just in general.
Just drop into the floor. I go out, I'm drinking, girls around. I start vibing with one girl. She's drinking as well. Like, we get together, something happened, and then when she then wakes up, she then has a regret, and then how do we?
What are you
trying to say, goddammit?
I think I get what you're saying.
I think I get what you're saying. Are you trying to say basically, is it great if you basically been messing with a girl and
the consent in the moment is important. As long as there's consent in the moment.
But then after she's
thinking, and now she's thinking,
I got a boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah, but
does that still count? Basically,
it does not count as grape or an R charge.
She just made a bad decision.
She just made a bad choice. So that wouldn't be classed as an R charge.
But some of them do
as
that.
long as there was consent in the moment.
I think why Ricky's saying that is because some of them do that and then claim grape.
Yeah, that happens, but it's a very small percentage.
I think a lot of the time there's no consent in the moment anyways, isn't it?
There is consent.
It's
and
not
what
necessarily, because let's be real, cool. Bro, you got it, alright, cool.
Wait, sorry,
It's
before
like,
we
cool.
continue.
Where you're saying, like, you've got to verbally not be drunk, you've got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's really, you know what I mean, are you cool to do
Making
this?
it clear.
It's like,
Exactly,
it's not till after the fact you thought, bruh, this might have been a bad decision. Now it's, but I didn't actually agree on this. Now you're trying to, you know what I mean, save yourself.
Well,
Not, a lot of the time you're not asking, are we doing this? It's like, bro, you're not drinking half a bottle with someone if you don't want to drink with this person. Do you get
But
it?
also consent as as well as it being verbal. When I was an educator, this was 3 years ago, we would also talk about physical signs for consent
That is
as well.
more of a, you know what I mean?
But obviously since then, things have changed, you know what I mean? So I think it's important to be super clear when you are about to have sex that everyone is consenting. I know that
That's
it's
the
not.
Ain't no one
But
else in.
where do you draw the line? Because, bruv, you can't be about to get to the business and say, what, are we actually like, rah, let me record you saying, yeah, this is
But it
cool.
could be a simple, are you right with this, yeah? It's as simple as
Yeah,
that.
it doesn't have to be
It doesn't have to be
like-
that.
Of course,
Oh,
yeah, but
are
then
you
where do you
okay
draw
with
the
this?
Guys, one
Let's
mic
get
at a
into
time.
this.
Yeah, then where do you-
One mic at a time.
Wait,
That's what I'm saying,
it
because where
does,
do you...
but it can.
Yes, I understand.
You
yeah.
lot, it could be sexy.
Hold on, let George cook. Let George cook.
No, but Jordan,
No,
Jordan's
George
on my
cook.
wavelength.
Let George cook because she's the expert.
You
Let
guys,
George cook.
Jordan's on my wavelength.
Yeah.
It could be a simple, you kiss or whatever, be like, you're right with this shit, babe. It's
Yeah, but then from there, that's not concrete.
Hold on.
That's
Let me
not
help
concrete
George out.
consent.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
That's
Agrees,
not. Yeah,
that's
but
consent.
Hold on.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I've got a point to make. Wait.
That means Cameron has to check in with you. Okay, are you sure you're right?
That's what I'm saying.
not how
These
it
things
is.
are happening.
One sec.
You might not being a bit.
One sec. Everyone's being a bit pedantic, yeah? Hold on, yeah. So here's the deal. I agree with George and I understand what she's saying. She's saying you don't have to literally stop, get a contract out
Do you
and
consent?
say,
Yeah,
sign here
pause.
again,
Where do you
10
draw the
minutes
line
is gone,
to-
sign another 10 minutes.
Can you put in,
Yeah, but then-
voice note?
Yeah, like-
You lot ain't option.
Wait, no, but what I'm saying
You lot
is,
ain't bruv.
what I'm saying is, what I think George is advising is, as she said, let's say, I'm running hypotheticals here, yeah? I don't know how
Sorry,
everyone
babe,
else...
sorry, I just gotta say something to Ricky. When you're blasting a woman, yeah, you're not saying, do you like this? Do you like this? The same way you can do that when you're piping girl and piping pussy.
That's the question you asked me.
I'm cool with this, yeah, that's it. Because they're saying,
I need my sunglasses back.
One sec.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
Why are you off cam saying all this stuff, bro? What's going on here?
You're saying
Innit?
I might get died.
Go.
I said I might get
No way on
died.
earth
That's how I get done.
that like. That's not.
Alright, so here's the deal. So let me wait.
You're putting yourself in a compromising
Right,
position.
hear me out.
Yeah.
So hear me out. So here's the
What's
deal,
wrong
yeah.
with that?
So currently, bear with me, guys. Give me a couple minutes. So currently, there's a guy that I follow on YouTube. His name is Ask an Older Man. Yeah, he's a Caribbean guy. He lives in Dubai. He is currently petitioning an app that you can essentially consent on. Like you literally scan the code, driver's license, everything, and if you scan in this thing and you say you consent, then you've consented, and you can't try retrospectively.
But do you know what the issue is? Do you know what the issue is with that though? And it's an important part of consent.
Go on, I wasn't finished.
No, but just in regards to that app, because I won't finish. I haven't said all the different things of part of consent. So, you know, the issue with that is that consent can change at any point in intercourse. Okay. That's the issue. If I sign this at 10:16 p.m. and you know what, at 10:31. I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do this.
Okay, so then where do you draw the line to what consent is then? That's not...
I only need 5 minutes. I only needed 5 minutes. I just needed half time.
You cool time on it.
I just needed half time.
But if I've signed this, I've turned up, and then you know what, I'm like, I actually don't. The consent, whatever I've signed,
it can't be
withdrawn.
taken back.
Yeah, you can't. No, but it can.
That's
different.
But I think with this app thing, I think that's how it works. I think,
but that's not how consent works. No, that's the issue.
Well,
yeah. So that's not how consent works.
That's what I'm saying is how do you like? It's a very, you know what I mean? Because let's say you're doing it now. You're saying, "Rah, do you like this?"
Yeah,
bruv, it's not just the same thing the whole time. There's at any point she can now choose to not be enjoying this, but she's now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so but she can, and she can say, you know what, I want to stop. If you then continue to carry on, then that's a great.
Wait, I've got a question. Yeah, and this is
sorry, but can I just finish the points on consent? Yeah, and this is for so everyone has an understanding.
Stop now. What?
And that's an issue.
Hold up, player.
If someone is drunk, they cannot consent or on drugs. Yeah,
right.
If someone is under the age of 13. They cannot consent.
Okay, but that one.
But how do you gauge in like drunkenness? If that makes sense, there's not like a
there's not a level.
To say, like, I'm too
if a girl can't walk straight, you shouldn't be having sex with her, innit?
Yeah,
of course.
But if she can't walk straight, that means she can't handle her drink. It means she shouldn't be in a predicament. She's vulnerable in that moment, so she shouldn't be having sex.
Yeah,
and so no one should make her have sex.
To drink differently though.
But
I could look cool, and I could act cool, but I'm not cool. The same way I could look burst, and I'm actually completely fine. So how do you judge how drunk someone is, and if they're able to consent or not?
Figure it out.
But then where it's on us to figure out now is where it gets.
Let's do this. Let George get her full flow out. I'll let George say everything you want to say, and then we'll continue after that.
That's the main part, and people can change their mind at any point. If someone decides,
got to talk about it from a female perspective though, because it's normally females that will do that.
Yeah, but it's not just female that are consenting. So I'm not just gonna talk about it on a female sense. Everyone is entitled to consent. Yes, I'm looking out for my ladies out there because there's a lot of sexual predator men out there. However, it's the rule for everyone.
No man has sex with a woman, wakes up 2 days later and says, I didn't want to do that.
Bro,
that's not a thing. On what planet?
Yeah,
wait.
Yeah,
tell me an example. Pause. Tell me an example.
It's a kind of bigoted.
Wait. Tell me an example.
I'm even trying to be onto you, but for someone that's clever, that's a bit insensitive, don't you?
No, tell me an example.
I'm not saying I have an example.
It's not a thing, bro.
But do you have an example of a girl doing that?
Girls wake up and say they did a break.
Georgia,
are you on crack?
Oh my God. Are you on crack? Are you talking only in the fact
of
being drunk?
You haven't said an example.
Say that,
there are thousands of examples
in general.
There's thousands of examples.
So are you saying that consent is just for women then? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is...
So when I'm saying... So if the answer is no, if I'm talking about consent, I'm talking about consent for everyone. It's not just a female problem.
I can say that.
It's not just a female problem.
The point I'm trying to make is mostly...
come under that
category, yeah.
The question I was getting ready to ask George was, how would you advise our son or our nephews and that in the future in regards to dealing with women, based on everything you said today?
Send it to Uncle Josiah.
Consent.
No, don't go to Uncle Josiah or Uncle Ricky.
Send it to Uncle Josiah.
No, you call Josiah when you're already in the cells. When you're already in the cells and you need someone to drop you some packs and lie down there, that's when you want to Josiah. But no, jokes aside.
My main advice
would you give to, like, because you got obviously nephews and young cousins. What advice are you giving to those young men? Because as you said, and you can see from men who are adults, it is extremely confusing, and it just feels like if you just didn't feel like then you could just take it.
I feel like it's confusing because a lot of you guys or men aren't really trying to get it. It's always, but what if this? What if that? What if this? What if that?
This is why you should
That's
be
an
me.
issue.
You see it, and you see me. I fucking hate fucking with drunk girls, bro. And I don't mean that in a literal sense. I don't mean that in a literal sense. You get me? I mean it in a sense of I can't be around girls that are too tipsy, bro.
Yeah,
that
I'm
are
with you on
too
that.
drunk.
I'm
I
with you
can't
on
do that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on
Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't even
it's
get into
risky
that
business
dilemma.
in general. My advice would be, if you're not sure, don't do it.
Maybe because I don't drink.
If you're
drink
not
like
sure,
that, you get me?
or you're a bit uneasy, don't do it. I think the issue with men is that they lack sexual discipline. That's the issue. Men can't just go out and have a good time. They want to be banging left, right, and center, and then they're confused. They lack sexual discipline.
Not all men.
Man,
Not all men.
Yeah, but
No,
the difference is,
not all men.
Man,
but
I lie
Let her finish.
but I think sexual discipline is a big issue
For men.
For girls too, definitely.
Yes.
For
Not
girls
for
too,
women.
definitely.
So you're saying that
You know
sexual
why?
discipline
You know why?
is a bigger issue in women than it is in men?
I think
Last I checked, there was more women on OnlyFans than there
Hold
were
on,
men. So I don't even know.
Hold on. Let me.
Last I checked,
Wait,
there was
wait,
way more women on
let me talk,
OnlyFans than men. But I'll let you cook and I'll let you cook.
Let me
I
talk.
genuinely think it depends on the man. And the reason why I say that, you see recently, the amount of women, you see this, the Nigerian goalkeeper.
Which one?
The Nigerian goalkeeper,
Yeah.
women are going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okoye.
Oh, is it?
Alright, watch this, yeah.
Imagine if it was reversed.
I don't-
Men doing that to women.
I don't think it's. Do you know what I think it is? Do you know what I think it is?
Go on.
In terms
No,
of
it's Aaron Pierre.
in terms of feeling, yeah. In terms of the feeling, I think nowadays a lot more women have revealed themselves. Do you get what I'm saying?
Women like
I believe
sex too.
I believe when it's in the act, when you're in the act, it's maybe sometimes more difficult for a man to control himself. That's when you're in the act, though. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think even
But I feel like when two people are speaking and two people are feeling each other, a woman will gladly go back to her brother and say, "I want to fuck him right now."
Yep. No issues.
Do you get what I'm saying?
on it,
But
100%.
that's not men do that too. They'll be like,
Yeah,
oh,
but men like. Men kind
gotta
of do it in a
pipe
different
her,
way.
pipe her.
Yeah, but men don't necessarily do it like that. That's
yeah. I gotta show up. Big
you know
daddy's
what?
on.
Do you know
Yeah, that's what men are
George?
doing
You know what,
too,
George?
bro.
I'll be real. I feel like that's more of the younger generation. A young youth will go to his brethren. A young youth will go to his brethren, yeah? Will go to his friends and say, "Rah, I'm trying to pipe.
Yeah.
But even say E-man's age group, my age group, Cam's age group, I feel like we will go to each other if that was the case and say, "Bro,
This one.
But the issue isn't that
She's looking
women
strong
are going
still,
to
you get me?
women and saying, "Oh, it's so good. I could finish him," or men doing that to each other. That's conversation. That's not an issue. Go on.
My personal gripe with all this stuff, because I agree with everything you're saying, but what I really
The important thing is just no is no. That's it.
Always.
Of
There
course.
is no confusion about that, and I don't.
And a maybe isn't yes.
Yeah, it's not even strong enough to. Yeah,
Maybe it's
But-
not yes. A yes is yes. Maybe is a no. A no is no.
just
That's
leave the
a
yard,
maybe.
big man. Just leave the yard.
Anytime
Yeah, word.
it can
Just
change.
cut out.
Just leave the yard, big man. I know you're upset.
Tomorrow's another day.
Just leave the yard.
Tomorrow's another
Yeah.
day.
You get me?
But the question I really want to get into
And link her brethren.
that could be a thing. But what I do really want to get into, and I do want to see like how you lot respond to this, because this is the main crux of what I'm saying. How does a young man defend himself against a girl who piped him? Maybe she had a boyfriend, maybe she had a husband, and that is truly the reason why she's saying, "Yeah, I wasn't really on doing what I did 3 weeks ago or 2 months ago." So now she's been found out. She said, "Yeah, he took it from me." How does a young man defend against
But
that? That's what I want to know.
But can I say, in those cases, it's hard to prove a grape if it's not been, let's say, sadly it happened on a Tuesday and the girl didn't
Do the test and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually hard to prosecute on a grape.
That's
Yeah.
what. Do you know
Because
what
of the
I'm saying?
lack
That
of
some-
evidence.
saying that to somebody at work, you can get arrested for it real easy.
Yes.
But it's not.
But it's hard to
it's not.
prove.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's difficult to actually.
So-
get
But
that
what are you saying
If
about-
she changes her mind,
Yeah, what are you saying about that scenario?
it's
That
not-
I've
that
proposed?
scenario is wrong.
No, not about if it's
But-
wrong. I'm saying, how do you protect against it? Is what I'm asking you.
you just got to lawyer up and just.
Yeah, all right.
We've all got lawyers.
No, but what else could I say in that instance?
Nothing.
If a girl has decided that 2 days later, or I don't know, her man found out, or whatever the situation is, and then, which is rare, by the way, I just want to put that out there, and then someone, and she decided to say that it's great.
Guys doing that is rare. Girls doing that is not rare.
That is rare. It is rare.
It's not rare.
It's not rare.
Girls lying around a lot about grape. That's
Which is why
rare.
guys don't wake up and
Because
The percentage is low.
So she said, "Well, my man took it
up
from
until
me."
you said that bit.
That's
there's
not rare.
there's a lot of girls that lie.
It's about 7% across the whole world. It's about 7% of girls that actually lie about grape.
Yeah, but
It's
how are
about
these stats really
70.
found though? 'Cause let's be honest. How are these stats really found? 'Cause how do you know 7%?
But how do you believe any stat?
Let's be real, bro, 'cause
you know.
But the issue,
exactly
the issue,
these statistics anyway.
the issue, but the thing is, the issue with stats is you don't want to believe it because it doesn't fit your narrative.
It's not
That's
necessary.
the issue. You don't want to believe that stat because it doesn't fit your
That's a
narrative.
clock here.
That's the issue. If I said to you,
Hold on, let her cook.
if I said to you, if I said 60% of women lie, you'd all be like, yeah, I believe that. The fact that it's 7%, now it's 7%. Who makes these stats though?
That's very
It's only when it suits you.
Not necessarily.
No, because if the stats suited you, you wouldn't be questioning the stats. You know
Not
what I mean?
necessarily.
No,
The stats just
bro.
seem incorrect. Because where do you get these stats from?
Let me pause.
All the girls that are lying.
Hold on. We can't all talk at the same time.
But who's all the girls?
Let me do
I'm
this.
just generalising.
Wait,
innit?
pause.
And that's the
Hold
issue.
on. George, pause.
That's the issue right there.
I want to
Because
get
I'm saying percentages.
I want to get Josiah and Iman's opinion, but what I want to ask him is, what do you think about specifically what I proposed in the scenarios which do happen? Girls revoke consent, and sometimes it is
And
because
that's not right, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm
No,
glad you
not
acknowledge that.
revoking consent, but lying
and saying that it wasn't really that.
Because you can
but-
change your mind, but
yeah.
lying, yes.
But like, how do you protect against that? That's what I'm trying to get to. How do you advise the younger men to not be in a scenario where they thought everything was cool, they got all the signs, even in the moments, they asked questions, everything was fine, and then next Saturday, you're on trial.
I don't think you can.
That's what you say.
It's tough. It's
That
not
one day
black
you have
and
to leave
white.
to God. You have to leave to God, bro. God is the only one that
That's a
can
tough
save you.
situation to be in. I wanna do it
It's
again.
actually
That's
so
the truth,
dark.
when you
bro.
actually do think of how to combat it. There's not.
There's no actual.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said
actual way.
lawyer. You're just gonna have to
And
lawyer
then people
up.
wonder why
But then-
relationships are cooked right
But
now.
then also, like I said, it's hard to prove. So unless she can prove it, he'll probably
But
get
I'll
off
be-
scot-free.
I'll be so. Once you have that allegation,
Damage
it's
lip-
a
yeah,
dirty,
that-
it's a
the-
dirty
it is.
stain
The
to get
assassination
off,
of your
off
character
you.
is
and then
immense.
if it's not true,
It's-
you
yeah.
go for defamation and you get
But
some
even
clapback. I don't know.
even if
it's not true,
if you
it's
win
no,
the
I know it's damning.
even if you win the defamation
One at a
case,
time, guys. One at a time, guys.
It's damning. It
yeah,
is.
people will
Listen.
still look at you like, oh, that's the guy that got nicked for it.
All right.
But if you can prove
Yeah, but I'll
that
be
that
real.
wasn't
I don't
true,
know how people get into them situations, you know.
No, nor do I. Nor do I. I don't get it either.
Honestly,
Because let me just say, I'm kind of
like I said, my
got a
thing
lot
is,
of experience in them game there. You get
I
me?
said you gotta
But I've never been in that situation.
you let her initiate,
yourself
fam.
lucky.
Because
You
if
get
she
what I'm saying?
initiates,
I know we
That's-
say that, but
bro.
Yeah, but it's possible.
don't.
Yeah,
Of
course it is. Of course it is, bro.
It can really just happen like
Bro,
that.
of
One
course
at a
it is,
time,
you know.
one
But
at
for
a
some reason,
Go.
I don't know, man. I guess I choose the right ones. I've chosen, I should say.
but don't you think
You get what I'm saying?
the people that get into them situations thought the same thing?
Exactly.
It's a mad
obviously.
thing, cuz. It's a
you can
mad
only
thing. It's
think
just a mad thing.
so
cuz.
far to save
Alright,
yourself.
so let's do this, yeah, and we'll finish on this and we'll play a game actually because we ain't got very long. Hopefully the people have enjoyed the episode so far. Rashid's situation where this young thing has popped out the woodwork. She's saying, yeah, Rashid pulled me onto his lap and he was kissing my neck and I didn't want none of it, but he still went with it. And there's text to say, "Raw."
Alright, but what did she do? What did she
read the
do
room
in that
wrong.
situation?
Well, she didn't say no
Because obviously
That's all.
I've seen the messages in that. I've
That's
seen
all.
that.
She,
Yeah.
she just didn't say no. That's it.
where he took accountability.
Yeah, he acknowledged, "Raw, I
Yeah,
read
but
the room
didn't
wrong."
she try to retreat? Didn't she try to get up? Didn't she try to
But not
say,
everyone's going to
"Big
react
man"?
in that way.
Easier said than done,
It is
though,
easy to say.
That
Not
is
everyone's
true,
going
that
to
is
react in
What's
that way.
easier said than done?
Like retreating or cutting.
Like, get off me, innit?
What?
Wait. So hold on.
What are you talking about?
Some girls will wince and just, it's the fight or flight.
But that's what
In that
Fight, flight
Nah,
or freeze.
bro. You gotta say
One at a
no.
time, guys.
Don't try to say no later on Instagram.
That's what
You gotta say no right now.
No, but
What are you talking about?
she can
just liking
feel
the picture of
uncomfortable.
Do you know what? I'll be real.
She can, and not
I'll be
everyone's
honest.
going to
I'll
be
be
like,
honest.
oh,
I'll be
I'm
honest. I'll be
cutting.
honest. Yeah, I'm not dragging no gal to sit on my lap and trying to kiss her up. I wouldn't be doing that. But if I was in that situation and you didn't say no, and then I saw you talking shit on Instagram, do you think I'm taking on? Fuck off, you idiot! Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, are you dumb, bro? That's mad, brother. That's completely mad in my head. How did you do no form of...
All right, cool.
But
This is good.
Push his face away in these things. Like,
I'm gonna pause you there, bro.
Why didn't you react
What would
like
you
that?
advise to the gal then?
What did her parents
if they find
teach her,
themselves
bro?
in a scenario like that? And I know not everyone is like brave like you to be like, no, I'm not on all of that.
But also,
but how would you?
You shouldn't be in that situation around no man.
No, but sometimes
sometimes shit happens.
You're in the one van that's going up to a different city, and like,
or they might have been in situations before where she's felt comfortable, or they've been friends.
Do you feel like yeah?
Wait, no, sorry. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go on, and then you remember what you're gonna say. I was saying, what would you advise to a girl that finds herself in a situation where she basically don't want to like continue with whatever the hell man is trying to push onto her?
I think the first thing I'd advise is safety. So you got to react in a way that's going to make sure that you get home safely.
Right.
Some girls, depending on the guy, they might not be able to just be like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how the guy's going to react.
Yeah.
So when you get home and you feel safe, you just got to get rid of this guy completely from your life. Right. And then if you decide that you want to take it further, you take it further. But my advice is to make sure you get home safe. Not everyone's going to be like, get off me, man, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, some people just feel uncomfortable. There's fight, flight, and freeze. Some people might just freeze up and they're not feeling good.
She shouldn't be around man, bro.
Yeah,
she shouldn't be in the vicinity around them.
No, wait, that's so
That's
EastEnders. It happens in real life.
Listen to what I'm saying, yeah? Wait, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Do you think my man just like, was she some strange bitch? Is she a stranger, bro?
I don't know.
Did he just see her and say, "Come here, bitch"?
But she didn't.
And drag her and start kissing her up.
But even then, people in married couples get grapes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're strange.
Yeah, that's a bit different though. It's not different.
It's not different.
What do you mean?
It's not
They're
different.
married.
Because you're saying there's familiarity there.
No. They're married. You lot ain't understanding what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. I'm saying like, hold on. She weren't in the position to say no, or she didn't. She froze up in these things. Yeah,
so you're giving her a bit more grace, is what you're saying.
Bro, what I'm saying is this: what the fuck was she doing around niggas, bro?
It might have just been him. They might have been chatting. It might have been work. It could have been any situation. I'm in studio with guys till late all the time.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, but what's wrong with that?
You know what I mean? I said, I'm butt naked with all the man all the time. Like, if anything happens,
that's not what I said. Actually,
listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, but listen. Forget that before you don't start fighting. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying.
That's a silly exaggeration.
Like, don't you understand what I'm saying? Though, like, I doubt she was a stranger to him. Yeah, I doubt that very much. But if you know you're around men,
but this might not be the first. This might be the first time he's done it. They might have been cool.
All right, but how old is she? By the way,
I don't know. We don't know enough.
The way that she sounded like she was close to Mali's age, so maybe early 20s. That's the vibe I got.
Cool,
anyway.
Early 20s and that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Rasheed's like late.
What the fuck was you doing there, bro?
I think he was working.
That's okay. That's okay.
I've met Rasheed.
That's okay.
I was 13 doing flipping.
That's okay. But
singing Adele.
Like, for him, like, watch this. Yeah, you've seen his texts back, right?
Yeah.
Does he come across like he's just gonna drag a complete stranger?
But
and
I don't know.
I don't know. I know that.
You don't know. You can't
but
base
does you think, as a man, bro, as a brother,
do you think? I don't get.
Do you think he's just gonna drag a complete stranger? Of course it is. But I'm saying, bro, she never said no in no way.
Doesn't mean that that's not the case.
Like, she didn't say no in no type of way. And then you went to Instagram, brother. You could have just messaged me, and we could have spoke this out.
But maybe she don't want to speak it out because she felt.
But you went to social media. That means you're doing something else. You have a different motive. You went to social media to do it.
Well, she said, wait,
you could have just went to your parents, made your parents contact me,
she did
your
say,
dad or something.
She's gone to the police.
Yeah, she said she went to the Jakes and the Jakes kind of downplayed it.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
She's gone to the police.
That's what she said.
And then she's gone to social media.
Then send some gunshot through his window. What's wrong with you?
I don't hear the people that
go back to the yard with that big stone. What you she playing at,
that's
bro?
fair. But I don't hear the people that go straight to social media instead of going to the police.
I agree. You should go to the police straight away.
What will be on social media going to do with that
way? You get me?
I agree. I think you should. If that's the case, you should go to the police straight away.
Literally,
my question is, imagine me as a normal person. Imagine if that was me.
Pretty normal.
In Rasheed's position, and obviously her. Do you think she would have had the same, like, in terms of going to social media.
I know. Are you saying that basically she's more motivated to do that because he's in the scene?
To say he's well known.
Yeah, more
so
prominent.
I'm going to go on social media and say his name, and people are if it was me and her, would she have done the exact same thing?
Or can I answer?
Do you know what I mean?
My answer was that I don't know.
I would say this. I think we can all agree that naturally a woman's power, I've said this before, a man's power is his physical strength and a woman's power is her tongue. So a woman knows that she might not be able to punch you up, but she can definitely kill your character. And she may be more motivated because she knows you're prominent, but she also knows that...
Which means you're more powerful as well.
Yeah, which is very true. So she may think to herself, and George kind of made me understand this, 'cause I used to think the same thing as E-Man. She may think to herself, do you know what? I can't really like do the feds thing because they're not, maybe, whatever the case, they're not taking it serious. But in terms of damaging your reputation,
I'm gonna do that.
I can do that.
But her parents were not
Can I say
parenting.
something? Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Her parents are
But
not
we don't know how
parenting.
But also, we don't know like
We
the
don't know
life
enough.
and her background.
Their
and stuff.
relationship.
But this is what I'm saying. Don't you think there should be some law? Yeah. For example, what's the name that played for Man City? Mendy.
Yeah.
Look at his case.
Talk about it.
Everyone knows who Mendy is.
How many cases did he have, bro?
6, was it 6?
8?
Well, he had 11.
12?
He had
Bust
11.
them all.
And he bust them all.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
Not one.
But no
Because
one
he was having
knows.
frequent
Michael
sex
Jackson
parties.
bust his
But
too.
no one knows what this
Shout out
person
MJ.
looks like.
But yeah.
Yeah, but shout out
She can carry on life as normal. Do you know what I mean?
Big up MJ.
Everyone's
Shout out
looking
MJ.
at Mendy as if to say like, yo, like.
He must have done it.
Also,
But then I think the next step is I'm suing you for defamation because it's not true.
Yeah, but even no, hold on. But even him. Sorry.
But him suing her, what's he gonna get? What?
I don't know.
He ain't gonna get shit.
But maybe clearing his name is enough for him.
Full Fiesta.
But
It's gonna cost me more to
Sell
go.
the Fiesta, man.
But maybe clearing his name is
But I
enough.
don't believe you can.
I don't know.
I don't even believe you can after these things.
The damage is
He
done.
was
I believe
And the thing
in
is,
the public you can say, yeah, you got not guilty or
One
you're
at a
innocent.
time.
One second. No, I'm with you though. But one second.
Fucked forever,
she
bro.
can continue her life. She doesn't go to jail. He doesn't bring her and say, yo, I'm bringing you to court because you cost me this, and she goes to prison and do some time. Because it's so unfair for him to lose everything. His career's gone. Do you know? He's lost
Money,
Man City's not
wages,
paying him.
opportunities.
Everyone looking like,
You're a bit
I know
sus.
he was innocent, but
I swear we had an episode
do you
about
know what I
that,
mean?
bro.
She just
Yeah.
We spoke about the woman that went
jail.
We always do.
Like,
Because she got.
But then maybe he
Yeah,
should
yeah,
out
we
her. I don't know.
But it probably can't. But I'm saying there should be some change in the law to say like.
I think there should be changes in law that even
like,
down to
if-
the age of
if it
consent.
goes like this,
Really?
then I think the
Yeah.
woman should be held accountable, and there should be some sort of like action taken against her.
If she
You know
was
what I mean?
captain.
It's just so unfair.
The issue with the law is that law and morals, they don't coincide with each other.
Yeah,
That's the
because
issue with the law.
one thing we've long spoken about on this pod is we've said, hold on. So if I was trapping and I was El Chapo, I'm getting 25 years because I was selling bricks. But if I was a nonce and I was graping little girls,
That's an issue,
I'm getting
yeah.
12 years.
Exactly.
How do I
You're
get?
getting the 2 years
How do I
suspended.
get 2 years suspended? In fact, exactly the case we spoke about this. There was a few kids. I can't remember where they
that's an issue with the
were.
law.
There was a few kids. They raped a few girls in like a woods or forest or whatever.
Just recently.
Yeah, and initially,
And the judge, and you know what? This judge,
Go on.
suck your mum.
yeah, definitely.
Suck
Because
your mum.
initially,
Because he was applauding them for not getting in trouble throughout the case. Suck your mum.
brother, do you know what they got in the end of it? They got like 2-3 years,
4 years.
or
4 years.
but they've already got time served.
Yeah.
So
Suck your
technically
mum.
free.
That's mad still.
So yeah, no, but to your point,
The law
but
around
I'll-
sexual consent, assault,
needs to be
consent,
revised.
all around that age of consent, I think it all needs to be revised.
I'll be so real. There's nothing that's gonna ever happen to it because these judges
they're
a part of it themselves.
Yeah.
So they're just looking at them and
Shout out Fredo with the bar.
sympathy thing.
Shout out
bro.
Fredo with the
So
bar.
they're always gonna give them a light sentence compared to a trapper that's trying to feed his family. Like it's
Yeah.
Shout out to Rick saying Freemason in the background.
Let's play a game.
Wow.
We're gonna play a game. I will say this though,
That was a good comment.
to round up, I definitely believe that the laws in terms of sexual relations should change. I believe that
It should change, but we see change.
I think if a gal is lying about rape and assault and these things, you should get exactly the same term that the man would have got.
received, yeah.
And I think a man, if he actually did that stuff and there's evidence to support it, he should get actually double what we get now. That's what I'm pushing for. I don't know if anyone disagrees with what I just said, but I think that's a fair medium. If you're chatting shit, it's over, buddy. If you're telling the truth, for the dumb that done it, it's over, buddy.
It's over, buddy.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But let's
Make sure that they got some drink or alcohol.
let's finish on a lighter note. Let's get like a couple more drinks going. Let's get a couple